Hey guys, welcome back to Love is Blind UK. I am Elsid 932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. We're going to cover episodes 8 and 9 right now. So buckle up because we are getting closer and closer to the weddings. Please like this video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and if you will, share it with a friend because I'm going to continue recording Love is Blind recaps and not just UK, but Mexico. And if you have time on your hands, you could check out my Love is Blind Brazil episodes. So thank you again for joining me. We are here for Love is Blind UK 8 and 9. So 8 starts off telling us it is 14 days till these weddings. Okay. We start with Nicole and Ben. They're having a picnic and he wants to share the croissant. She's like, buddy, I'm hungry. So Nicole says, I want to close this chapter and I want to give Sam his bracelet and his ring back. And Benai's like, yeah, but if Sam disrespects you, it's going to be on. I'm not going to tolerate him disrespecting you. And he doesn't want her to get close to Sam, and he says something and he hoodwinks her again. And he feels the need to protect her. And she's like, yeah, but we need to face this head on. He would not stop her from seeing him, but talking about it makes him upset. And he starts tearing up. And he's like, I knew this would happen. And the song we hear is Dream Crescendo. Then we have Tom and Maria. You know, it was nice having a day with her family. And, you know, he has concerns because his mother is not going to come to the wedding because she doesn't know how they can be so sure so soon. And Maria asks, will this impact the day? And he's like, yes, it will. You know, Ollie, in his rush to get ready for the couple's night out, because they're all meeting up, he causes his sock to drop in the toilet. Ollie, this is why she told you, keep the toilet seat down. How you going to fish it out, Ollie? Are you going to put your hand? You going to get something to hook it out? Because you cannot flush that sock. They go to the bar. You know, all the couples arrive. I didn't make a note who was first or last. They all arrive. And there was a nice toast by Bobby. And the song is Stop Acting Like You're Over Me. So you know this is a pre-shadow of what is going to happen. All the other people from the pods are going to come in. So Demi says, we're not talking about our physical intimacy. We're not going to talk about it when the other girls ask her. So Tom talks to Ben, you know, and Tom says, you know, that he bought dinner and then Maria bought breakfast the next day. And then Maria's like, this is part of the courtship phase and men should cover everything. And Tom's like, I hadn't even thought about it. Tom, are you getting too comfortable too fast? Tom, tell me. Tom said that, you know, Maria's like, she would feel completely embarrassed if her mama had seen her pan. And, you know, I was like, is this real or is this manipulation? But I know sometimes if you're with your husband, you know, he should cover it. But I'm not sure with the dating aspect. I don't know much about Maria's culture and their dating thoughts. So the pod squad walks in. The pod squad, the dudes from the men's lounge come in and they're all hugs and happy. So Maria pulls Catherine aside and Catherine says she wants more affection from Freddie. But he's like, you don't hug me. And Maria's like, why don't you, Catherine, hug him? She's like, when she does, he does something silly. And all she wants him to do is just grab her in the kitchen and show her physical affection. And that's when Freddie's like, you could walk around with nothing on and he won't realize. Yeah, that's a problem. That's your fiancé. We just met each other and you already saying I could be around you and you won't notice? Lord, Catherine, run. Maria laughs and says, what if you dress like a chicken leg or a protein shake? And Catherine's like, then he'll be all over me. And they both laugh. I thought that was too funny. So we have Ben and Tom talking. Tom is like, you know, who would you like to see? Ben is like, I don't want to give Sam the time of day. But if there's disrespect of Nicole at all, then he will struggle to keep his mouth shut. Tom is like, you know, don't be under pressure about Sam, you know, but he wants to meet Natasha. Ollie and Bobby and one of the pod squads, pod squad is like, hey, what if a girl from the pods come and catch your interest? Ollie's like, nah, no other girl can catch my interest at this point. I'm being real. Okay. So the others walk in, the ladies, and Natasha is there. And Tom's like, this is madness. Natasha hugs Tom. Maria says, it doesn't bother her because what she has with Tom is strong. Ollie looks at Charlotte and says, Charlotte is fire, but Demi is too. And the only one person he wants to go home with, and that's Demi. Demi says since the last mix that she feels secure, she's content. And Sabrina tells Ben he does not have to do anything because he won the girl. When he was like, if Sam comes through here, Sabrina's like, let it go. And then Sam walks in. Dun, dun, dun. Catherine's like, dang, Sam looks like my ex. I was like, daggone it. Catherine, so Sam is your type. Okay. Sam tells Ben, hey, we'll talk. And Ben's like, maybe. We could talk here. Sam's like, nah, we'll talk later. Ben said it was rude of Sam to ignore Nicole, who was standing next to him, and that Sam is only there for airtime. So what happens is that Nicole was facing the bartender, and Ben was facing out to the crowd. So when Sam walked up, he saw the back, but I'm sure he knows it's Nicole. She looked at him. Catherine asked Freddie, what do you think of all the girls now? Freddie's like, oh, Charlotte's attractive. He spoke to her briefly when they were doing the dates. But then Catherine's like, you don't know when to stop. I'm like, Catherine, don't ask the man questions you don't want the answers to. You asked him, what does he think about the girls? He honestly says, Charlotte is attractive. You should not have asked the question, Catherine. Catherine's now like, I'm ready to go. He talked too much about Charlotte. He talked about her twice, is what she said. And Freddie's like, wait a minute, but you talked about how Sam looks like your ex like 5 times, and I'm chill. Catherine like, think about how I feel. Catherine, come on now. I know your ex isn't there, but you keep fawning all over Sam about how much he looks like your ex, so you might as well be there. Jeez. Ollie talks to Sam, and I'm like, when Sam walked in, he dapped and hugged Ollie, and I'm like, is Ollie friendly with everybody? Because otherwise, I would side-eye, how are he and Sam bros? Because that tells me you're going to be superficial, and Demi needs to be careful. So Sam feels like he's getting the cold shoulder because Ben didn't want to talk to him. Ollie said it's perception. Maybe the perception of you is not genuine. Maybe it's just not genuine, And Sam is like, what was it? His purpose was to come here, meet someone, and get married. And Nicole took that he cared more about the show than her. This is what Sam is telling Ollie. Well, Ollie's like, huh? I put one eyebrow up. Like, what? I can't do it. I can't put one eyebrow up. Oh, maybe I can move one eyebrow. I was like, maybe she told Ben something between the pods and now that he thinks less of you. And I'm like, Ollie, dude, read the room. They were not friends in the pod. Even in the edited versions, we saw that there was a section with Ben, Freddie, Steven, and then Sam was in another part of the men's lounge. They weren't commingling and stuff. And Sam had talked about, not Sam, Ben had talked about how much Sam was not here for the right reasons. Come on, Ollie, read the room. So Sam was like, he has nothing bad to say about none of them, and he wants to be cool. So Sam grabs Nicole on the way to the bathroom. He asked, was it a mistake? Did you mislead me with what you said in the pods? Is Ben the guy for you? And Nicole's like, she loved Ben even when she walked away from him. And she's like, Sam is like, did you really love me in the pods? And she's like, yeah, I felt you were the person for me in the pods when you proposed, and we're just not right for each other. Sam is like, remember when you wanted to be physical with me after we met, after they were, I guess, by his flat, And I said no. I didn't want to rush things. And Nicole is like, neither did I. Sam is like, we didn't have intimacy, and I'm proud of myself for being a gentleman because you deserve that. Sam, you're not being a gentleman by talking about it now. A gentleman would just let it go. Now this is documented. It is on film. And we don't know if it's accurate. Because when you were in the pod, Sam, and the story from the pod, by the time it made it to the men's lounge, you would change it. Like when Jasmine broke up with you, it went from, oh, it was 30 seconds to, oh, dude, it was 10 seconds and she broke up with me. So I'm not sure your recollection, Sam. Unless I see the footage, I'm not trusting your recollection. But we also know that we saw Nicole talking to Benaya saying, I don't want to rush physical. So you don't know that, Sam. We heard that from her. Nicole says the way we express affection is different. When she said it, she's like, physical touch. It's weird that she wasn't sure, and there was something missing in just a touch of the hand on the shoulder, or hand on the leg. You know, Sam's like, because I didn't want to get physical, something was missing. I'm like, again, Sam is not listening. Nicole said, no, it was genuine care that was missing. I didn't feel that. I just think we're very different. Sam said it has been difficult for him. It always comes back to Sam. He says they were positive and he cared about her. You know, Nicole said, you're a great guy, you know, but here's your ring, here's your bracelet back. Sam's like, no, keep it. She's like, no, if I keep it, it'll weigh on my relationship. She's like, it was taken in a spirit of acceptance in the pods, but not now. She does feel he's misunderstood. Stop it, Nicole. This is what Benaya was afraid of. Sam says, you know, it all happens for a reason. And Nicole said, of course, because, you know, it led her to Ben and it's all good. So they hug. And Sam's like, oh, I got makeup on my shirt now that you hugged me. And Nicole's like, no makeup, no makeup, no makeup. And Sam was like, yeah, you're not a makeup girl. Sam, did you remember anything about Nicole? Which I doubted, because she's like, I'm not a makeup girl. Or did you just course correct because she said no makeup? Or were you looking for there to be makeup? That's why you wore a white shirt to say, oh, I got a hug. You know, that's your fiance's makeup on me. Golly, I hope not. I hope not. Let me try to see some kind of good in Sam. You know, let me try to be like Nicole and see some good. So Nicole said it felt good to give him the ring back and she wants peace and no drama. So she runs straight to Ben and hugs him and she looks exhausted. And she's like, you know, she wished him well. She said what they had in the pods was real, but that's not what they are now. Ben is like, I disagree. And I know he wasn't real. Nicole's like, she's sick of the conversation. She does not care about Sam. She's like, if I'm telling you I'm at peace with it, then let's move on. Ben said she can get cloudy and think that Sam is a good guy. He does not like when someone pulls the wool over the eyes of someone he cares about. Ben, are you a knight in shining armor type? Are you there to save the day? Because clearly Nicole is not with him. There's no more threat of Sam. She's with you. He said he's experienced this a lot in his life and it does not sit well with him. He loathes when a person does that to someone he loves. I will ask you, Ben, do you loathe it more or do you love her more? Because she's telling you, let's let it go. So let's let it go. Freddie asked Catherine, are you good? She's like, I'm upset with you. Freddie's like, I've been 100% supportive of you. And Catherine goes on that when she feels insecure on a night out, she needs reassurance and attention. She's not intentionally acting, you know, she's not intentionally flirting, but it's coming across as flirting. Then it's flirting, Catherine. It's flirting. Okay? So Catherine goes to talk to Sam, of all people. Sam's arms are crossed when he meets Catherine. He's away from the table. She's talking, blah, blah, blah. And then when they're chatting and she goes to touch his shoulder while laughing, he backs up. He says, do you have any single friends? But you know what? He might stay single. See, Sam knows the game. That interaction right there, Sam's like, I know, Catherine, you're engaged to someone here. I think he knew it's Freddie. And Sam is like, mm. And then he pulled back when she tried to touch him. He's like, I ain't playing them games with you. I may play with Nicole and Benaya, but not with you. So Catherine's like, what's in the box? And she takes the box. Or did he hand it to her? I don't know, but the box opens. Okay. So Sam is like, it's a ring and a bracelet. Oh, yeah. He does take it out. I made it in my notes. He said it's a sentimental bracelet. He told Nicole it was his lucky bracelet. So I'm guessing, you know what? Lucky bracelet got to be sentimental. Okay. And Catherine's like, oh, it's a nice bracelet. Now, keep in mind, Catherine is talking to him in some parts because they edit this. Some parts, Freddie's standing right behind her and they're back to back at the bar. Other times, Freddie's at a table. Though they're giving us Freddie's reaction, you have to notice that Freddie isn't standing at the bar at the same time in some of those frames. Pay attention. So Catherine says, that's a nice bracelet. And, oh, can I have the ring? Sam is like, don't you have a bigger one on your hand? She's like, no, that's the ring I wanted. And it's like, a knuckle duster. So the ring that Sam got for Nicole is bigger. And Catherine says she wants it. You see Freddie and Steven rolling their eyes because they're right behind her at the bar. And I was like, is that really the reaction for this situation? Because Catherine, oh my gosh, Catherine. Oh, let me talk about this after the scene ends. But oh my gosh, you call it a knuckle duster because it was a big ring. Wow. And you actually asked Sam for that ring. Let me leave it. She's like, okay. So Sam goes into, oh, it's been really hard and really sad. I'm like, is this what he does? Does he reel girls in with the emotions? Catherine's like, you really hurt by it. I'm here to listen. Freddie is standing right behind her. Sam says, well, that chapter with Nicole is closed. And Catherine's like, oh, well, if you're ever in town, and Sam does a heavy blink like, are you giving me if you're ever in town, you should look me up talk? Sam does a, what? Okay. Catherine says, I know your vibe. I'll hit you up. Sam is like, I love you. Hit me up. They give a hug. He's like, I live in London. I live right down the road. And Catherine's like, just be good. And Sam is like, I'm behaved. I'm, walking home with a ring. I'm going to behave. And Catherine's like, I want his ring. She's looking at the producers. I want his ring. And they both laugh. Catherine, your man is here. Even if he's not here. But he is right here in this room. And you're saying you want Sam's ring. First of all, you told Freddie, Sam looks exactly like your ex. You said it 5 times according to y'all. So now Freddie's looking at you side-eye. I would. Now you're talking to Sam. You're flirting with Sam. And you're saying you prefer the ring that Sam got for Nicole. Catherine, you're out of line. You're disrespectful and out of line. I wouldn't dare say that to anyone. Oh my gosh. How could you? That is hurtful. Saying Charlotte is attractive a couple times is very different from saying, I want the ring. That was the ring I wanted. The one that Sam got for Nicole. It shows that you're not appreciative. So now I understand why Freddie acts the way he acts later on. Freddie said he saw her chatting with Sam and it seemed flirty. So one of the guys that he's sitting there with, one of the pod squad says, she may have good intentions, but he wants her to be pure for Freddie. I don't know how pure. Freddie says he spoke to her about, what he does. He doesn't like the bougie lifestyle that she likes, the going out to the pretentious clubs, like Ali said, and that kind of lifestyle, and he likes to stay at home and just be together. But she tells Freddie that he's just saying that stuff to try and keep her sweet. Keep her sweet. Is she sweet? What are we trying to say? Is she trying to be something she's not? The guy from the pod squad says if something is pissing you off, you gotta say it because it will get worse than this. Anything can happen and you need to be really sure. And the song is Monstered, and it is a wild song because it's like we've created a monster here. Tom says it's a massive shock seeing Natasha, and she's more glam than he thought. Whoa. And he says this to her. So Natasha talks to Tom. Tom is like, do I look like you thought? She's like, he looks more put together than he thought. And she wrinkles her nose. He's like, did you wrinkle your nose at me? But he said he'll take it as a compliment. Natasha's like, do I look, he's like, no, I thought you'd be more geeked out. He's like, because you were such a nerd in the pods. And she's like, I'll take it as a compliment. Tom says Maria's been amazing. And, they're doing well. It's not 100%, but we don't know at this stage. Tom, are you telling Natasha there's hope? Natasha is like, you look nervous, Tom. She does care and have respect for him and says, you're incredible. Do what makes you happy. Tom's like, it's a different conversation when you have a strong connection, but he didn't want to hurt anyone he cared about in the pods. And I understand that. It's like you're dating several people. You may get all the way to the end with two people. You don't want to hurt them, but there are strong feelings there. Natasha's like, I cared for you, and she's not someone that says that. She's like, what I meant to say in the pods is, I love you. The song choice is Burn Down. Shady, Netflix music curator. Tom said the conversation was difficult because there were unresolved connections. And I'm like, Tom, are we going to go to Natasha because it's easier and because there's a culture issue with Maria? Would you go to Natasha if Maria says no? Or will you say no at the altar to go with Natasha? I'm concerned, Tom. Maria interrupts them and she comes and she hugs on Tom and said, hey, my feet hurt. I want to go sit down. I'm like, Maria, you ain't slick. You could have sat down at any of the bar stools around there, but you chose to go to Tom and say, let us go sit. Tom said he and Maria are really good, but he is still on the fence. And the song is, ooh wee, Till I Dance with the Devil. Ben says that what Nicole and I have is special. His ideal is to walk away happily ever after. And there's lots he wants to say to Sam. So Ben and Sam, I guess, go to some deck area. That's what it looks like. And Benaiah says that your intentions were disingenuous going into the pods. This is Ben. I think there was an agenda to you going and being part of this. Sam looks dead at the camera. He looks at the camera. And it's like, are you trying to see where your mark is? Where the camera is? Ben is like, I could be wrong. I'll say I'm wrong. But my experience of you is that you were not here for the right reasons. And when this is done to someone he cares deeply for, it sits uncomfortable for him. And he cannot act. He cannot act like everything's cool. Sam's like, I wish I could act, mate. And sorry for the voice, but I was too through with Sam at this point. And throughout this, Sam is like looking at Benaiah because Benaiah is standing, Sam is sitting, and then Sam looks dead right at the camera. Benaiah's like, I wish I could go down there, give you a big hug, and like everything's good, but hey, I deeply care. And Sam's like, you sound pretty bitter. Bitter. Is that? But I was like, are you gonna let me finish? Sam's like, I was still talking, and he's looking around like, wasn't I still talking? I'm like, Sam, who are you looking for? Are you looking at the cameraman, production? Because you keep looking at the camera. Every now and again, you look straight at the camera. It was performative. Oh, Sam was irking my nerves. But then I said, I came here to say what I wanted to say about how you treated Nicole. And Sam's like, are you real? Why are you holding this? This ain't your issue. So are you nitpicking at me to find out what's wrong with Sam? And I'm like, Sam, you're talking about yourself in the third person. I'm concerned. Sam's like, do you know why I came to the show? But I was like, I think I got a good idea. Sam's like, do you? Ben's like, we can just walk away from this situation. Sam is like, this is upsetting. Ben is like, I came here to say my piece. She's at the forefront of my mind, and I could not shy away from this. Sounds like we had an amazing connection in the pods. No one could take that away from us. And she admitted it tonight. Really, Sam? I'm not going to say anything bad, but I want to say something bad to them. You're rubbing people the wrong way, Sam. You're getting the villain edit. And we don't know if it's an edit. So Benaiah again says, are you going to listen to what the rest of what I have to say? Sam's like, you keep saying that. Why do you keep saying that? Ben's like, let's agree to disagree. So that's when Sam comes with, do you know what happened when she stayed at my place and she wanted to sleep with me and I said no? Oh my word. Oh my word. This is the gentleman you're talking about, Sam. This is the gentlemanly behavior you're talking about, that you're going to just be nice. Yeah. This is being a gentleman. Then if this is a gentleman, Sam, I don't want you to be my friend. Because you're going to do some friendly stuff that's going to have me in trouble. Luckily, Ben laughs at this. Ben laughs because he knew Sam was going to do some below the belt stuff. Sam was like, you only know one side of the story. So keep on talking. I don't need to say my side because you keep laughing. Ben is like, I don't appreciate the lack of appreciation you have for her or the level of disrespect. Sam is sitting there all smug, looking at the camera. He's smug like he did something, like, oh, I threw a wrench in their relationship. Ben walks away and calls Sam an a-hole. And Sam calls Ben Hollywood. Sam, you're going to call Ben Hollywood? And you're the one who got a nose job. Make it make sense, Sam. Come on. The song we have is The Dark Side of Love. And we have Sabrina and Steven and Ollie and Demi seem to be the only couples hugged up at the end of this night. Wow. So Sam came with the madness. And I don't know how he's like, oh, we good. I just want to be good with everybody. Oh, yeah, it's good. How do you think you're going to be good telling a woman's fiance that something could have happened, but you were the gentleman, but you're bringing it up now? Sorry, Sam. This is why we think you're pretentious. Well, no, Catherine was who we thought pretentious, but now, Sam, we adding you to the bag because you look like Catherine's ex, so you all must be in the same circles. That's all I'm saying. Next, we're told it is 13 days till the wedding, and we have Bobby and Jasmine recapping the night. Catherine and Freddie, she said, I don't want any breakfast. It's like, ooh. Then Sabrina and Steven, they head to Belfast, and Steven's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to get on the plane. It was so cute. It was really, really cute. Maria and Tom says he's tired from that night, and Maria's like, a lot was going on. But Tasha seemed like a nice girl. Tom's like, yeah, it was fine having Tosh there, but the conversation got intense and it was super emotional on her side because she said the L word. And he said he felt uncomfortable because Maria was across the way. Tom, was it uncomfortable because Maria was across the way? or just that Tasha explained her emotions? What's the real reason you're uncomfortable? Mm. So Maria says it's ridiculous if Natasha, expressed her love. That is ridiculous. And I do agree with her. So we go to Nicole and Ben. He found the situation, um, Nicole and Ben. Ben said he found the relationship it got different. And Nicole felt it got out of hand. And I'm like, what about it got out of hand? I don't know. I don't know what got out of hand. He said, Ben says, Sam didn't say nice things about you, and he talked about intimacy with you, but y'all are a thing, and I'm going to leave it right there. Nicole's like, I could share my side, but I have nothing to prove and nothing to say. No more thinking or chatting about Sam. Just leave it alone. So give the space to someone, who is relevant in your lives, not someone who's irrelevant. Ben said this is a pretty big test, and it's nice to hear her say, let it go. She said that before, Ben. You just haven't let it go. Now, going back to Maria and Tom's conversation, Maria did say, there needs to be some boundaries, and it's not okay that Natasha told Tom that she loved him while they're at the bar. I agree with you, Maria. Sabrina and Stephen are in Northern Ireland. They are at the beach, and she said, this is my happy place. This is where I go. Stephen did enjoy it and said, hey, he can see himself here. It's a slower pace. Looks like a great place to raise a family. And he said there's no rush to give up either of their places. And I'm side-eyeing him like, Stephen, are you being cautious or you just don't want to move? I'm watching you. So, Sabrina says that she does not introduce her family or folks to anyone she dates, and she never told them about the experiment. Her prediction is her mom will grill him and the sister will observe him. I was like, dang. She's always had her mom and her sister and Claire in her life all the time. And Sabrina says something that I side-eye her about. She said she used to run to red flags like it was bunting in the circus. Normally, she has bad taste and is too trusting. I'm watching you, Sabrina. So we go straight in because I don't like going from frame to frame. If we're going to do the family visit, let's do the whole visit. So we go to Sabrina's apartment, and she's more nervous than the proposal, and it's been years since her family met anyone. So there's her mom, her sister, and Claire. And I wonder, I didn't see the caption of Claire's sister, but she keeps saying sister and Claire. So, she tells them when to experiment, he proposed, and mom is like, I don't remember giving permission for this. Mom is a hoot. I can hang out. Most of the parents, I will say now, most of the parents are a hoot. I give the gold star to Nicole's dad and mom, but this was really funny for, Sabrina's mom. Stephen tells them about himself. Mom's like, where do you live? And, Sabrina is like, we're not going to make a rash decision. We're going to live both places and then make a decision. Mom's like, this is crazy. This is quick. She hopes Stephen does not let them down. And all the mom's like is dedicate yourself to Sabrina. Okay, Mom. Are you going to tell Sabrina to dedicate herself to Stephen? Are we missing that half of the equation? Sam says Sabrina's his person, and it's about love and family. And he's decided on this, because this is how he changed how he dates. He didn't like the apps. I think he said it was a swiping, like society. So he wanted to change everything and so find the love of his life. So she's like, she knew of the experiment. She always gives people a chance. But if he hurt Sabrina, Mama will be mad. Steven said he has not used the L word in a long time and does not swing it around. And all I thought of was him in those Speedos when he said swing it around. You use your thought about where my head went. Steven says, he feels like he could fit in with the family. And Mom said, yes, you are certainly welcome. And so far he has her blessing. Mom thinks Steven is crazy and Sabrina is crazy. But when they see them together, they can see they're close and they're engaged. And Sis is like, is this real life or TV? We head back to London where we see Demi and Ollie. They go bowling to meet her family. Oh my gosh, another. So if we had runnings for dads, it would be between Nicole's dad and Demi's dad. They go bowling, dad, with the mom, the dad, brother, and I think it was 2 sisters. And the brother's like, how do y'all connect? He's like, she intrigued me. So they had a great outing. And then dad asked, oh, you like sports? He's like, yeah, but I don't know football. Everybody's like, oh, you just lost some points with your new father-in-law with that one. Dad's like, well, what sports? He's like, I like boxing, MMA. And Mom's like, Demi been looking for love for a long time. And dad is like, if he ain't, if Ollie ain't right, he gonna tell his daughter. But he got a warm reception, and he sat there and he talked to the dad. Dad is asking him, are you in love? Very much in love. Dad is like, if she's happy, I'm happy. And then Ollie's like, hey, I got 4 sisters. And I see how my dad is protective over my 4 sisters. And the dad said, you having 4 sisters is a big plus. Because you know about women's feelings, and you may know more so how to treat a woman. Ollie's like, she's in good hands. When Mom and Dad are sitting together to kind of talk to production, Dad gets emotional. He just wants his daughter to be happy. And Mama's like, he has missed his baby girl because those 2 are 2 peas in a pod. They do everything together. And Dad is like, I love her to bits. We do everything together. I'm happy for her. And they had a wonderful bowling day, which we see Ollie making a strike and everybody else doing gutter balls. So Catherine and Freddie go to dinner. And Catherine's like, what are we going to do? Freddie's like, we got to, you got to find work. So it'll be easier on you to move in with me for now. So, y'all, Catherine too doesn't have work. If Catherine no work, Sabrina no work, Bobby switching careers from luxury shopper, and we got Benaya house sitting. Out of all them, I'd rather the house sitter with a job. Okay? Because you always find a place. I'm just saying. So Catherine asks, are you nervous? He's like, yeah, I got concerns. She's like, yeah, like me being snappy and bossy. You won't shut up about me, being snappy and bossy at you. I'm like, that girl. She says she blames being adopted, and this is why she's fiery and sassy. I know people adopted who don't act like that. She said she's like this because she's been bullied and she's had to stand up for herself. And she's willing to sit back and assess her behavior towards him. You better. Freddie's like, it's easy to say, but people revert back to their old ways. She's like, I don't think so. I'm like, girl, you just said he won't shut up about it. So you keep going back to your old ways over and over. Freddie says, in order to show change, it has to be over a period of time, not just a couple weeks. She's like, what do you want me to do? He's like, nothing, nothing. Just tell me your thoughts. She's like, you're making me out to be some demon that I'm not. And I don't have to change anything, but I want to change for someone I don't want to lose. I'm like, how is he doing this? He was very nice, sweet, and gentle about it. He's like, if we're going to get married legally, that means you're going to be entitled to my money. And Freddie goes on to say, I believe what we have is strong and real, but would you be offended if I got something where my assets go to my sister if I pass away? That was Freddie. She's like, it would suck that you say that. I didn't expect anything. And he's like, it's a concern. If he didn't raise it, he would be lying. And she's like, if you don't want to get married, then tell me. And the song is like, when your back's against the wall, you will rise or fall. Now, what do you think? Put it in the comments. Do you think a prenup is good or bad or unnecessary or necessary? Because remember, we went to his house. He bought this house and he's fixing it up very well. I mean, a couple of the doors aren't on, but he's fixing it up very well. So we go to episode 9. 9 days to the wedding. Sabrina and Steven, are, back. They're having breakfast. Ollie and Demi are on Primrose Hill. Y'all in the UK got to tell me about Primrose Hill because it seems to be like Central Park for us, where you go to be seen and see. So Nicole and Ben meet his family. He's nervous because after the pause, he went to Germany. He was upset. It was a tough few days, and his mom and sister had never seen him like that. So he's nervous, She's nervous because she broke his heart, and his family knows, and they're going to be all on her about that. So the sister asked, how's he been? They asked about her. She said, I've been married, before, and that was 3 years ago. I got divorced, and I've been working on myself the past 3 years. So that answers that about how long ago Nicole was divorced. Now tell me in the comments, do you think 3 years was enough time for Nicole? Is it enough time for you? I don't know. It's interesting. It depends on the person and their new person. So, Ben, talks about the Sam situation. Why would you? But anyway. Well, I understand, because Sam is the reason why she broke his heart and he went home. So yeah, you got to bring it up. So okay, we could talk about the person, right? Only this time. And Ben's like, Sam keeps saying bad things about her, and the sister's like, you got to let it go. You got to let it go, because if she's saying let it go, because you hold on to things, and mom is like, yeah. Mom gives her seal of approval. She's relieved to see him happy. They've never seen him this happy, and they're just so glad that things worked out. And I'm like, this is just a little too smooth. But the sister said, something concerning. She said, I don't know if you can change his nomad ways. And I was like, you don't know if you could if she can change his nomadic ways. She's like, we never know when we will see him again. We never know when he'll be back. And I was like, aren't you concerned, Nicole? I'm guessing you're not, because you didn't bat an eye. So y'all must have talked about it. So Nicole's like, well, I'm hoping he can change, but I don't want him to feel trapped. Sis says she's protective of him, but if you all feel like it's right, go for it. And the song is, we won't give up, we fight on. Catherine and Freddie meet her two friends, Dot and Tally. They hear that Freddie's a funeral director. She's like, say what now? A funeral director. But, Catherine says planning the wedding is stressful. They got a few things to work on. And Freddie said, I do want to marry her. There are doubts. They're different, but he's more chill and he doesn't think about it. So Dot asks, is like, do you think she's high maintenance? And Freddie's like, yeah, a bit. Our lifestyles are way different. He's like, I don't think I'll satisfy her because of this. She talks about all these places and clubs that she's been and he's never been to, and he's never been with a girl like that. Catherine's like, a girl like that? She's like, it's annoying because you live with me now and, you think I eat at Nobu every day. And Freddie's like, he's so cute. He's like, I don't know what that is. It's so funny because like, you think I eat here? He's like, I don't know where that is. I don't know what it is. It was too cute. So Tally says, stop worrying. She's not like this every day. Catherine's like, this is the first time he said stuff about me being materialistic. I don't live this lifestyle all the time and it's pissing me off. So she asked him to go refresh the drinks. And while he's there, she tells her friends that he brought up a prenup, and Tally says that's a bit controlling. Wait a minute. A prenup is controlling. Freddie says he wants a prenup to give everything to his sister, and I'm thinking it's to help take care of his brother. I think everything ties back to their responsibility for the brother. Now, I can understand if, well, I'll bring that up later, if he wants to change it later, but we could discuss this. So, Tally tells the friend, if everything goes to sister, you're screwed. But I'm like, he had this house way before meeting her. He'd been renovating it before her. Sounds like there's nothing for you in the prenup, so I don't like it. Catherine's like, I don't like it either. Have you signed it? Dot asked. Catherine's like, no. So Tally's like, 20 years later, after you had 2 kids, what then if something happens to him? Can you change a prenup? And Tally's like, no, but you can. He can actually put it in a prenup, stipulations for years of marriage. He can put that in there. So ladies, y'all are talking about something y'all don't know nothing about. And y'all are making judgments. I mean, golly, if you had assets, wouldn't you want to protect it? Lord, jeez, Louise. So Catherine said with this kind of prenup and all that, she'll always be living on pins and needles, that he would just leave her and tell her go, and she would end up with nothing. And Dot asked, is this a sign that he's already separating himself and planning an exit strategy? No, dear, it's a sign he's trying to protect himself and his family. Kev's like, I don't know. I never met a guy like him. And Dot is like, y'all both need to reassure each other. So Tally's like, they may, can he match her lifestyle? They may match and look like a cute couple on the outside, but their lifestyles don't match. Kat is not a house hermit like him. That's what she said. And that it probably won't work. Tom and Maria meet his sisters, very lovely girls, because his mom said she's not coming. So they're talking about everything, that they had disagreements. Everything's good. Maria said the first night they went out for ice cream, Tom was comfortable with her paying, but she felt it was like the first date in the real world. And Tom didn't think of it. And the sister's like, it's just ice cream. It's just ice cream. Tom is like, this is her Muslim culture and it's new. And Maria says she's of the belief that the husband needs to take care of her and the whole family. Did we talk about this, Tom, when Maria said she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom? So the sister asked, where do you live? And Maria's like, yeah, first it was moving to his place, but she is not comfortable paying somebody else's mortgage. Maria, it's not somebody else's mortgage. It's your husband. It's your house. But I understand where you're coming from. If something happens and y'all are done and you walk away, you done paid a huge part of his mortgage. But this is where a prenup can help you, Maria. Sister says she understands the mortgage thing, but there are doubts. Tom says money is a big issue and can lead to bigger things. Maria says, we're still good with that kind of stuff, but we need to be realistic. Sister's like, I don't know if this is going to work out. I think you're great. There are hurdles, but I don't know. So then we have Jasmine and Bobby meeting her mom. So later on, we find out from the dress, fittings that her mom came from the Philippines directly that first night. So I'll give her a tad grace, but I was worried about Jasmine and this mama best friend thing, and I was correct. Way more than correct. Jasmine said she never introduced anyone to her mom. Woo-wee. Red flag number 1. Her mom used to go through her call log, to go through her phone and call every number. If it was a boy, the mama would block them after she told them never to speak to Jasmine again. So Jasmine, this is where you got it from, huh? You got it honestly. Remember, she said she would go through ex's phones. Jasmine says, the mom may be hurtful at times, but that's how she is. And she wants to make sure that the husband is going to look out for Jasmine. Okay. She said, Mama's like the FBI. I'm like, Jasmine, Bobby is nervous. Telling him this does not help. It does not help. Bobby says it's a huge buildup, so he's nervous. And the song says, Wash You Away. Going straight to continue the visit, but Netflix jumps to something else, but I'm going to stay with Mama. Mama says she's shocked. Ask how and why did Bobby choose Jasmine? He's like, oh, we understand each other. You know, it's like, where will y'all be living forever? Or will y'all be together forever? Bobby's like, that's what marriage is. She's like, how many serious relationships? He's like, not many. Mama judging. Mama asked about his education. He said he struggled in school, so he did not go to university. Jasmine's like, not many people go to university now, Mama. But Mama says it's best to be with someone with an educational background because sometimes it's difficult to communicate with an uneducated person. Mama said that. Oh my golly. But that's not the worst that Mama said. Mama, keep going. Oh my God. Mama said it is difficult to communicate with uneducated. Mama, I'm going to tell you this. Just because he does not have a degree does not mean he's uneducated. Okay? Just because he does not have a formal education does not mean he's uneducated. So Bobby's like, yeah, you can, he can change, for his woman. Because Mama said most men would meet another woman and it changes their perspective and their wants and likes and they go chasing another woman. He's like, he can be faithful. He's watched his mom and he doesn't want to do to Jasmine what he has observed men do to his mom. So Mama said trust is gained. She had 2 failed marriages and she don't want that for Jasmine. So Mama, your picker is off. And you picking for Jasmine. Okay. So Bobby says they plan to move to London. And Mama's like, what do you do for work? He's like, I'll work remotely. Doing what, Bobby? We heard you not on the cruise ships no more. Mama's like, London expensive. Bobby's like, I make good money in sales, so we can afford it. So now you're working in sales. We didn't hear you say that to Jasmine in the pods. Okay. Oh, Lord. Mama says, how about the family? How, we are very much involved. Meaning her and Jasmine. She's like, we talk like sisters. If you have secrets, tell me first, not your friends. That's Mama and Jasmine. She's like, if you have secrets, Jasmine, tell me first. I'm your friend. I'm your best friend. I'm the best friend you will ever have. And says, Jasmine hides nothing from me. This was my concern. That this best friend thing, Mama is going to take it upon herself to be interjecting. And she's going to be all in their business. But Jasmine does step forward and say, going forward, Mama, I'm not going to tell you about all our arguments. Mama's like, no, you have to tell me. You have to tell me. Jasmine's like, not every single argument, because that will put you off of him. He's going to be the father of your future grandkids, because you will bring the arguments up again. Red flag. Now, Bobby, is Jasmine going to bring up your arguments again and again? She's saying her mother does this. She's already checking the phones like the mama does. So is she going to bring up arguments again? You need to watch and observe. Mama says she's worried. It's too short of a time and not enough time to say you love a person. This is not good. So Mama and Jasmine go into the bedroom and they talk and say, are you sure? Like, yeah. Mama's like, you can't be sure. I'm like, why ask? Mama's like, I respect her choices. I'm like, then show it, Mama. She's like, words of warning, be very loyal. And if there's a secret, everyone has secrets. Don't ever lie to me. I'm like, what about lying to Jasmine? Mama's telling Bobby that. Be loyal. If there's a secret, everyone has secrets. Don't lie to me. Why don't you say don't lie to Jasmine? You're not in this marriage, mama. You need to step away, mama. This is not your relationship. The song says, the song lyrics, you promised you would always be good to me. You should know better than to mess with me. They knew Jasmine's mama was a firecracker, like Jasmine. Bobby said, this is the final hurdle, but there needs to be boundaries. This is their marriage. Jasmine keeps trying to tell mama, he makes me feel happy. He makes me feel happy. And, I've never witnessed a happy marriage. I've experienced failed relationships, and he's already providing so much for her without her saying this. Mama says, you getting carried away. Don't get carried away. They hug and cry. And Mom says she doesn't want a future where Jasmine's kids cry because Mom and Daddy are not together. She just wants her to be happy. Mama says, Jasmine is my best friend and support, and I want what's best for her. Because you couldn't choose what was best for yourself, Mama. I'll leave that there. Let me be respectful. Catherine and Freddie, Catherine's mom and dad come, and Mom, likes him, says Catherine was a very active child. They adopted her when she was 11 weeks. And Mom was like, how would this baby take to us? We don't know. Babies know things and they feel things. And she said when they got her 11 weeks, Catherine never stopped smiling. She was always happy. Catherine, does Mama know about the bullying and how that has shaped you? So, Freddie's happy he found someone. And then when Mom and Catherine are talking, this was a really cool, chill visit. Mom is like, Catherine, you are like me, and Freddie is like your dad. So Freddie gave her dad some assurances that he's here for the right reasons, and they just welcome him into the family. And we go to dress shopping. It was cool. Sabrina had a lovely dress. Nicole, Maria, and Jasmine had the most beautiful dresses, I think. But I thought Maria had to cover up more for her culture, but I don't know. Jasmine wore beautiful off the shoulder. She loves those sweeping off the shoulder that just accentuate her. Jasmine was off the charts. Everybody else, lovely, beautiful, dresses, but the ones that stood out for me were Nicole, Maria, and Jasmine. They went suit shopping. And, Steven, got a nice suit, classic suit. But I was like, I hope he don't look like a funeral director in that suit. Because, he wears a black suit for work. So we got to see Benny has like a gold tie suit. We don't get to see the men's suits like we see the women's outfits. And I was disappointed because I had to be looking. Ben had a gold tie. Tom had like a white suit and vest. And Bobby had a bluish suit. Freddie got a traditional tux. They mentioned it. We didn't see it. And we didn't see Ollie try on anything. So we have 5 days before the wedding. Steve and Sabrina have a vineyard date. It feels good, no pressure. I think they're going to say yes, but we digress. Ollie and Demi have an arcade date, which was really hilarious. She was beating them at every game. She's like, some days I love you, but not today. You are competition today. Oh my God. He said, okay, if I lose, I'm going to have to shave my beard. And she's like, really? We don't shave the beard before the wedding? He's like, no, hold on a minute. If I lose, you shave your beard. And they just hollered laughing. Nicole and Ben had a barge date. I like that. If I go to London, I want a barge date. I want to be on a barge, going down the river and having dinner. I like that. Catherine and Freddie had a pottery date. She talks about her dress, and Benaya continues talking to Nicole on their date. How are you feeling? She's like, 2 years ago, I said I'd never get married, but, now I am. And he's like, don't let your past affect your future. And the song is All the Joy and Agony. I will do it all again. When we finished up with Benaya and Nicole. Tom and Maria, he took her purse. I thought that was cute to put it on the chair. He said, this is our last date ever. I'm like, Tom, you can still date while you're married. Okay. Said, we're getting married. She's like, don't feel nervous. Don't feel nervous. And he's like, no, I don't feel nervous. So she's like, it's wild that 2 months ago, I did not know you. They toast to the future. They commemorate, talk about her dad and said they're going to do something at the wedding in memory of her dad. They're going to make space at the table. And they're like, oh, we're so lucky. We're so lucky. We are closer now to marriage than ever before. Jamie and Bobby are in the big Ferris wheel. They have a lovely view. Oh, that's the other date. That's the other date. I need to write these down for hubby. Go to London. These are the dates I'd like. Being with her, Bobby says, feels like home already. And Jasmine said she wanted a partner that didn't make her feel anxious. And he just calms her, and his silent confidence are what soothes her. He feels like they've known each other forever. And, love does magical things, and he says, I've got you forever if you're ready. And that ends episode 9. So the next episode, I'm guessing 10 and 11, if they want to crash it all in one, I don't know. They're going to have weddings. So we're going to have to dress up for the weddings for those reviews. But thank you. I do appreciate you being here. I appreciate you joining me for episode 8 and 9. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend. Tell somebody, We always have these great conversations. Leave a comment. I really do appreciate it. And with me starting this channel, I appreciate you looking at the other videos I have when you have the time. So join me next week for weddings. And actually, before that, I'm going to be doing Love is Blind Mexico. There's another set coming out tomorrow. So if you're on the replay, give us a thumbs up and let me know that you did enjoy this. I really do appreciate it. See you on the next one.